Easy questions, so thanks. Good questions. Anyway, yes, Peter's an English learner. Yeah, he is. American English is way more understandable. American English. Yeah, it doesn't really matter which, I guess it doesn't really matter which English that you choose to listen to. British English, American English, whatever. It's not about that. It's all about you trying to improve your pronunciation and your listening. Listening is number one, pronunciation is number two. So improve your listening, improve your pronunciation, your speaking skills, I guess I should say, and you'll be okay. Are you in China now? Yes, I am in China now. Yes, I am in China. I've lived in China for many, many years. I'm very, very familiar with China. I have many, many friends here in China, spread all over the country. So, is there a big difference between American and British conversation? Yes, that big difference. I can't say there's a big difference, but there's a difference. Yeah, because they pronounce words maybe differently than we do. They spell some words differently than we do. If you have a meeting class near Shanghai, I don't, Mo. I'm not going to be anywhere near Shanghai because I'm in Xi'an next week, and I won't be close to Shanghai, unfortunately. That would be great if I was. I would love to that you join our English Corner or join us here in our coffee for a coffee, but I won't be anywhere near Shanghai. I have a busy, busy schedule. I just started a new job here in Xi'an, so I will be, I'm starting to get very busy. So anyway, just a quick introduction. Again, my name is Todd, and I am streaming live from China. If you are interested in joining an English group here on Hello Talk, I'm a member of an awesome English group here on Hello Talk. This English group is amazing. Okay, this English group, it's a English mastery group. So it's a Hello Talk English group that I'm a member of. And if you would like to join this group, so in this group we will post some articles, maybe some statements, some sentences, and then you practice, speaking, and you'll get some honest feedback from some of our professional English teachers in this group. Okay, so if you want to join this English group here in Hello Talk, you can. Ashley posted the QR code in her Moments. So if you want to go to her Moments, or you can send me a private message, and I can add you to the group. Or you can click on Ashley's name, and you can scan the QR code in her Moments. So Ashley is a big part and an awesome contributor to this group. So I'm not the organizer or the founder of this group. So I don't want you to think that I'm the founder or the organizer of this group. I am a member of this group and I support this group. So if you would like to join this group, oh, Jelly's here too. It's okay. I didn't know. Oh, everybody was here. But anyway, yeah. You can either send me a private message and I can add you to the group. That's one way. Or if you click on Ashley or Jelly's or Zine, well, I'm not going to pronounce her name right. Anyway, you can click on their profiles, go to their Moments, and they have the QR code on their Moments that you can scan and join the groups. There's some awesome groups there, guys and gals. Everybody, okay? All of those groups are awesome. So if you want to join those groups, you can send me a private message, and I can add you to the group, or you can click on Ashley's. You can click on if on no QR code on her moment. Well, maybe you have to scroll down a little bit. Yeah, it's free. It's free. Yeah, it's free. Yeah, it's a free group. So maybe if you click on Ashley's account, you just have to scroll down a little bit to find the QR codes. But they're there because I saw them the other day. But anyway, these groups are amazing, and they will help you to improve your speaking and your listening, and you can practice your English. So I highly recommend for people to, if this is something you're interested in, you can join these groups or this group, and it's another tool. It's another tool you can use to practice your English. So there's many ways and many tools, I call them, or methods that you can use to practice your English. Hello Talk live streams is one. Voice rooms is one. Joining English group here on Hello Talk. These groups are very, very active too. So these groups are very active. So you're going to have an opportunity in these groups to practice your English. You scroll down to the end of Ashley's, could not find a Q. Okay, just send me a private message. Just send me a private message if you can't find a QR code. Yeah, just send me a private message and I'll add you to the group. It's okay, no problem. After I finish my live stream tonight, if you send me a private message, say, hey, can you add me to the group? I'll do it, okay? No problem. If you can't find a QR code, don't worry about it. I'm in the group, I can add you to the group. So anyway, it's a good group, not a good group, it's a great group. And the people in this group are very, very dedicated to improving their English. So you will be amongst a lot of very dedicated English learners in these groups, and some professionals in this group to help you with your speaking skills. So, and if you can't find the QR code, feel free to just send me a private message and I'll add you to the group. No problem. Anyway, yes, I will. When I finish my live stream tonight, I'll add folks to the group. No worries. It's okay. So what we're talking about is some English groups. Some English groups. Okay, great. Some English groups here, Hello Talk English groups, where you can practice your speaking and your listening and get some professional feedback from people in these groups. So I'm in the group. So if you would like to be added to this Hello Talk group, all you have to do is just send me a private message and I can add you to the group. No problem. If you sent me a message, awesome. I will add you to the group later. Someone asked a question. What is the general process of seeing a doctor in the United States? Good question. To see a doctor in the United States, most people, depending on your illness, great. Depending on your illness, if you're like just a common cold or a headache or a sore throat or a fever, just a common illness like the flu or something, you would call your family. Most Americans have what we call a family doctor. Okay, this is a general practitioner. We call them a GP, a general practitioner. These doctors take care of general, everyday illnesses. They don't specialize in diseases or surgeries. They're called a GP, a general practitioner. They take care of general, everyday illnesses. You call them and make an appointment to go see them. Okay, now if you have a very serious situation, you can go to the hospital, to the ER, which means emergency room. So if it's not serious, you just go call up your doctor, make an appointment to go see him or her. And then if it's really serious, like you broke your leg or something, then you need to go to the ER, the emergency room at the hospital. Now, if it's after hours, say after 6 o'clock, like most general practitioners, doctors' offices close at 6 o'clock. So if it's in the evening after 6 o'clock and you can't wait till the next day to talk to your doctor, you can just go to the ER. The ERs in America are open 24 hours. So 24 hours. When you open this live started about 30 minutes ago at 8:30. Anyway, some awesome questions. Thank you so much. He takes out his father, and he's taking out his father. If you have some Candy, if you have some specific grammar questions, I would suggest you ask a grammar teacher or an English teacher, because I'm not a grammar teacher and I'm not an English teacher, so I really can't answer your questions. Because again, as I had said before, I'm not an English teacher, so and I'm horrible at grammar, so I can't really help you with your grammar questions. Is it expensive to see a practitioner? Yeah, it's expensive. Healthcare in America is expensive. Yeah, healthcare in America is expensive. So, yeah, all healthcare in America is expensive. So whether it's ER or, yeah, the ER is more expensive than seeing your family doctor, of course. Yes, the ER is expensive in America, but most Americans have insurance, so the insurance will pay for it. So, full name of ER, emergency room. The full name of ER, emergency room. Yeah, ER stands for emergency room. So each hospital has an ER or an emergency room section. So the emergency room is where you can go. It's open 24 hours a day. It never closes. It never closes. So the emergency room is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It never closes. So they handle all emergencies. So, what is the usual wait time to see a GP, consult a GP? Depends on where you live. If you live in a big city, it could be a week. If you live in a smaller town, maybe 2 or 3 days. So, could be, depends. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to start our live stream and start to bring up some folks on our stage tonight. Great questions, everybody. Hello? Can you hear me? How to learn more vocabulary. How to memorize vocabulary? How to memorize vocabulary? Well, you just need to practice those. Oh, please, okay. Peter, I guess we have some issues, maybe with my connection. Let's see here.
Oh, it's okay. Now okay. Just
Great.
now I clicked, but it failed. Then
Okay.
that's no, very
Okay.
good.
Sure. No problem.
Happy to
No
see you
problem.
again.
Yeah. How is your Saturday today?
Very happy, very relaxed.
Good.
My daughter
Good.
did not went here. I just alone uh, stayed at my home alone. And the afternoon I went to KFC again. Have
Okay.
a cup of coffee there.
Wow.
Very relaxed. Yeah.
KFC is taking a lot of your money.
Oh, they give me a couple. Uh, I pay I pay 20 yuan for
Okay.
a couple, and they gave me a deduct within 30 days.
Oh, wow.
1 day a cup of coffee is just 50% less of the
Wow, that's
uh,
great.
cost. That's great.
Yeah.
I can have uh, a cup of Americano once a day there within 30 days and at
Okay.
the half rate, half
So that
price
means
every cup.
so that means That means you're a VIP member.
Okay, okay. It's cheaper than VIP member.
Yeah.
Within the 30 days, 1 month, I only pay the half rate for a cup of Americano. 1 day a cup 1 day.
Okay. Wow.
Okay,
That's cheap. That's very,
that's very cheap.
I think that's
Only
cheaper.
5 yuan. Only 5 yuan for a cup of Americano for me.
Yeah,
Within this month, that's
and that's
month.
cheaper than Luckin.
Oh, very cheap than Lucky. Very cheap than
Yeah.
Lucky. Lucky is 9.9 for a
Yeah.
cup of Americano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like half the price of Luckin.
Okay.
5 RMB. Very good. Yeah. Very good. They like to keep you as a customer.
Yes.
Great.
Great. Now let's review today's moments.
Yeah. Today's moments that I posted, many vocabulary words today.
Okay. Today's very useful. A little
Okay.
challenge for me.
Okay.
Also full of one page for today's.
Wow.
Some words I look similar. I have learned, but
Yeah.
I don't use it very often. So if I forgot the meaning. So, but
Okay.
I easy to remember it. But sometimes, because I don't use it often,
Yeah.
I will forget it sometimes. So
Sure.
to learn English must practice,
Yeah.
learn and read. Sometimes later. Oh, it looks. I can't remember this words, but looks similar. Looks similar. It seems I had learned this word, but what's the meaning? Think it over. No. I have to refer to dictionary. Wow, that's
Yeah.
the meaning. I have learned it before.
Yeah. So you've learned it
Okay.
before.
First is the article very useful. The bad thing about life is that it's
Yeah.
unpredictable.
Unpredictable.
The same.
Yeah.
The great thing about life is that it's unpredictable. Okay, both the bad
Yeah.
thing and the great thing are uh, unpredictable in our life. We cannot
Unpredictable. Yeah. Right.
predict. We cannot know what happened in the future. Yeah, we cannot. And
Right.
unpredictable means we don't know what happened
Right.
next. Yeah,
Sure. And sometimes that's a bad thing,
sometimes.
and sometimes that's a great thing. Yeah.
Okay. Next, our topic for tonight's live stream: American culture.
American
Ask
culture.
me question. We can talk about food, music, hobbies, relationships, or traditions. We won't be discussing politics or religion. Let's talk about American culture. We will start at 8:30. Yes,
Here
now
we
we're
are.
here.
Yeah.
For people did not visit uh, American before, the first culture different is the tip habit, tip culture.
Yeah.
It's
Tipping.
different with China and
Yeah.
America. Yeah. In China, we seldom tip someone because
Right.
our service we have are paid by the charge of the commodity or the service. We need
Right.
not pay extra tip in China. But if we the first time visit America, for Chinese people, we have to learn and use the American culture about the
Yeah.
tip culture.
About
If we
tipping.
sometimes if we don't tip some people they served us. We did it don't mean we didn't pay the tip for the person who served me. Just that we don't know we have known the habit in
Right.
Chinese. We don't
Sure.
know the habit. Yeah. So we have to remind some Chinese at the first time visit to American or some of the other countries. First, learn the tip culture.
Yeah,
Difference with
yeah.
Chinese. With China.
Educate yourself on the tip culture when you go to
Okay, okay.
America because it's very important.
Very important.
Yeah,
If we went to the restaurant, even have the taxi,
yes,
uh, yeah, need to tip the driver, need
right.
to tip the waiter or the someone who give us service. We have to
Right.
tip them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any service industry. You go to the hotel, the restaurant, taxi. If you go get your hair cut, all of those people who provide a service, they will expect a tip.
Yes. Next, let me do the quiz. Meticulous. Oh,
Meticulous. Yeah.
meticulous. Meticulous.
Meticulous.
If a person is known for being meticulous,
Meticulous.
they are A. Careless.
Careless.
B. Hasty.
Hasty.
C. Hasty.
Yeah.
C. Detailed.
Detailed.
D. Lazy.
Lazy.
The answer is the C. Detailed.
Yeah. Detailed.
Detailed has the same meaning with meticulous.
Right.
Do something very,
Very
very
carefully.
carefully.
Yeah, very thorough or detailed.
So,
Someone who's
or detailed.
meticulous. Yeah,
Yes. Oh, next, etiquette.
etiquette.
Etiquette. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Etiquette. Etiquette is defined as formal rules and manners that are considered acceptable in society.
yeah,
For example, etiquette is important for people as it teaches them how to behave around other people.
right. Great.
For example, basic rules of social etiquette.
Etiquette.
Say please and thank you. Okay. Next, offer compliments. Offer
Compliments. Yeah,
compliments.
offer some
Compliment.
compliments.
Next, be an active listener. Be
Yes,
an active listener.
good.
Listen to the other one carefully. Yeah.
Yes,
Don't interrupt the people while speaking.
right. Definitely. That's good manners. Don't interrupt people.
Yes. Next, be punctual. It's important. Be punctual.
Be on time.
Be on time.
Yeah,
Next, hold the door for someone. Oh,
yeah,
it's a good etiquette. Hold the
yeah,
door for the later comments. Yeah.
sure.
Practice etiquette so that it becomes a
Becomes a
habit.
habit. Right.
Okay, do something as usual as a habit.
Yes, yeah.
Have the good etiquette.
Yeah, do it.
Etiquette.
Yeah, do it
Do it.
every day. Practice it every day, and eventually it becomes a habit.
Okay, it becomes a habit.
Becomes a habit.
Yes. Next, let we learn a couple of new words.
A couple of new
First one,
words.
bigamy.
Bigamy.
Bigamy. Bigamy is when someone is married to two people at the same time. This is illegal in most places
Yeah.
because the law usually only allows being married to one person at a time.
Right.
So if someone gets married while they are still legally married to someone else, that's bigamy.
Bigamy.
Bigamy. Bigamy in some certain countries are allowed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
But most of the countries are did not allow.
Right. Right. You're
It's
right.
illegal. It's
Yep.
illegal. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. In certain
I
countries,
heard
it's legal. You're right.
I heard in India, but I'm not confirmed this. I just heard in India. In
Yeah.
India. Okay, now let just learn this new word, bigamy. Bigamy.
Yeah.
We don't discuss the policy of any countries. We
Yeah.
just affirm our policy in our country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one, giggle. English
Giggle.
vocabulary. Giggle.
Giggle. Giggle.
Giggle means to laugh in a light, silly, or nervous way. It's the kind of laugh you might hear when someone finds something funny but not uh, hilarious.
Yeah,
Hilarious. Yeah, funny but not hilarious.
right,
Or when they are trying to hold back laughter. Yeah.
right.
For example, what are these two girls giggling about
About
now? What's so funny?
funny,
I
right,
wonder. Yeah. It means something, in fact, not so interesting to laugh. But
right.
they are still laugh at some problem or something. It means
Yeah, giggle,
giggle.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a really big,
It's not a very big.
loud laugh. It's just kind of a small, light laugh, a giggle.
Okay. Next, new vocabulary. Warm-hearted.
Warm-hearted,
Warm-hearted. The word warm-hearted refers to someone who is kind, caring, and compassionate. A warm-hearted person is naturally friendly and shows genuine concern and affection for others.
right,
They often go out of their way to help and support people, making those around them feel comfortable and valued.
right.
Good.
Warm-hearted.
For example, Jessica is such a warm-hearted person who always helps others in need. Okay,
Yes,
warm-hearted
warm-hearted.
people.
It's a good, it's a good, it's a good adjective
Manner,
to describe
adjective.
people. Yeah.
Okay, good behavior, good manner.
Yes, good
Okay.
behavior. You're right.
And next, new vocabulary, phobia.
Phobia.
A phobia is an intense, irrational fear of something that isn't really dangerous. People with phobias are extremely scared of certain things or situations, like heights,
Heights.
spiders, or
Spiders.
flying. This fear can make it hard for them to do everyday activities. Yes, some people
Yeah.
fear of the height
Yes.
in the mountain or even in the high buildings.
Right.
They don't afraid to look out the window
Window.
of the
Right.
house. Yeah. Mm. Uh, Even if they know their fear doesn't make sense, they can't control how strongly they feel. Think of it being really scared of something that's not actually dangerous.
Right.
But
Yep.
it is still feel very scary to the person with the phobia.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
with the
So a
phobia.
phobia is like a fear of something that's not really that dangerous, but it's kind of like a emotional or mental
Emotion.
thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Next one, speechless.
Speechless.
The word speechless means being so surprised, amazed, or shocked that you can't find any words to say. It's like when something happens that's so incredible or unexpected that you just don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
How to
Yeah,
respond.
exactly. This is the expression on somebody's face who's speechless.
Yeah.
They don't
Oh,
know what
yes,
to
speechless.
say. Yeah.
Mm, we don't have word to say. Don't
Right,
know
yeah.
what
So
word to say.
sometimes if you see like a beautiful view, maybe you're like, wow, the view here is so beautiful. You're speechless.
Okay. For example, they were speechless when they heard their grandmother bought a new Ferrari.
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 How to pronounce Ferrari?
Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Yeah,
Ferrari. Very
Ferrari,
luxe racing car,
a sports car.
expensive
Yeah,
car, luxury car. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Grandma,
Ferrari.
grandma bought a Ferrari. They're speechless.
Ferrari. Beatrice.
Yeah,
Okay. It's not it's not only very expensive, but Ferrari is for the young people to get the race, to
yes,
see the race.
exactly. Yes,
They have no money, but for a grandma, she needs drive so fast.
Yes.
So drive fast. So we get, wow, speechless. My
Yeah.
grandma bought a Ferrari.
Ferrari. Yeah.
Next, two confused words.
Yeah. Two commonly confused words.
Commonly confused
Confused
words.
words.
Quiet,
Quiet.
making very little noise. Not talking, not talking.
Right.
Keep silence.
Yeah.
For example,
Quiet. Quiet.
Sam is quiet when he around the table.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Tim is very talkative, so
very
Sam
talkative.
can't talk. So Tim is very
Okay,
talkative.
okay. Next one, quiet. Next
Quite.
one, quiet.
Quite.
Yeah, quiet means very completely, completely. For example, this exam
Sam
is
is
quite
quite.
hard,
Yeah.
quite hard.
Quite.
So, quiet. First one, quiet. Next
Quiet.
one, quiet.
Quite. They sound very
Quiet and
similar.
quiet. Sound very similar. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, next is the dictation.
Dictation.
Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is a new kind of bullying. And sometimes I was bullied when I was young
Right.
in the primary
In
school
school.
because I'm short, I'm thin.
Uh-huh.
And some stronger, elder and stronger than me bullied me. Yeah.
Okay.
But cyberbullying is
Online.
recently, yes, online,
Yeah.
not the face to face.
Yeah.
Cyberbullying happens when someone bully others using digital device, phones, computers, and tablets. It can encode your text messages, apps, social media, or gaming platform. Cyberbullying involves sending posts or sharing means harmful or
Harmful.
harmful or false information about someone.
Yeah.
It can also include sharing someone's personal private information, which can cause embarrassment or humiliation,
Humiliation. Humiliation.
humiliation,
Right.
humiliation,
Humiliation. Great.
humiliation. Sometimes cyberbullying can be
Illegal.
illegal
Right.
or
Right. Criminal.
criminal, or
Criminal.
even criminal. Yes.
Right. That means you could go to jail for
Go to jail.
cyberbullying.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Great.
Cyberbullying. Yeah. Someone cyberbullying for some money. Sometimes some
Yes.
people. Yeah,
Right.
it's illegal. It's
Yeah.
illegal, and go it if it's serious, can be
Criminal.
illegal or even
Cri- right.
criminal and sent to the jail. And the police will call them to the jail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's illegal, and if it's very serious, some people
First,
can go to jail.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me stop here because
Awesome.
today's topic is interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people interested
Culture,
in American culture. I get lots of
American.
questions in my live stream, and I get lots of questions. People send me private questions about American culture. So I know I've talked about this topic before, but here we are again.
Okay.
Great.
When I first time when I visited to the states.
Yeah.
Now I asked when I get into a restaurant, I asked which is the real American food. I
Uh-huh.
like to have a
You
real
want to
American,
you want to taste a real, authentic American food.
authentic American food. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The lady is very polite. Said hot dog, hot dog.
Hot dog. Yeah.
Hot dog, hot dog. I pronounce hot dog. Sometimes hot dog is
Hot dog.
more American.
Yeah.
Hot
Hot
dog.
dog.
I said, oh yes, I would like to have
Have a hot
a
dog.
hot dog. The lady said, I'm sorry. Our hotel did not serve the hot
No
dog.
hot dog.
You
Yeah.
can buy it on the street.
Yes.
The canteen,
Yeah.
canteen, very often, very common. Okay. It's
Yeah.
a culture for me, for
Yes. Yeah.
American culture,
Hot
yes.
dogs are very American.
Very American.
Yes. Yeah. Very American. Hot dogs are very American.
Okay, let me
Great.
stop here. It's
Okie
other people
dokie.
talk
Thanks
about
so
other
much
things.
for, yeah, thanks so much for reading all of that information. A lot of people are typing in some questions. Which book is Peter reading from? Well, Peter's not reading from a book. He's reading from my moments. So all of that information is there for all of you to also access. So he's reading from my moments. Great. Thank you so much. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'm not sure about my schedule tomorrow. I'll know tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Maybe a live stream tomorrow night, maybe not, depending on how I have English corners and classes tomorrow, depending on what time. But I should
okay,
know.
okay,
I'm hoping to do a live stream tomorrow night.
okay, okay. That's
Okay,
okay.
okay, fantastic. Anyway, have a great Sunday, and hopefully we'll see you back here again tomorrow night.
Okay. No, I'm happy to.
Right. All
Okay.
right. Bye, bye, Peter.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Peter, for coming up on stage and reviewing that information that I post on my moment. So if you're wondering, where is Peter reading from? Which book is he reading from? Well, he's not really reading from any book. He's reading from my moments, okay? Every day I post at least 10 to 12 articles on my moments. So you can, go to my moments and you can practice your speaking, your listening, your writing, your reading skills, all four. So you can you can utilize my moments. Now, if you want to, join an awesome English, an awesome Hello Talk English group I'm involved with, you can send me a private message and I can invite you to an amazing Hello Talk English practice group. Okay, in this group, every day they'll post some reading, short sentences, and you can practice your speaking in this group. It's a Hello Talk group. I'm in that group, and you can join this group. If you want to join this group, you just have to send me a private message, and I can add you to this group. Okay. Now, in this group, every day we will post some English articles, maybe a short article, and then you can practice speaking in that group, and you can receive some honest feedback from some professional English speakers in this group. If you want to join this group, just please send me a private message, okay? Send me a private message and I will add you to the group after this live stream, okay? During the live stream, I don't have time to do it. So I'm very involved in my live stream. So I can't add you to the group while I'm in my live stream. But after I finish my live stream, hopefully I'll have some time that I can add you to this group, okay? So if you want to join this group, just send me a private message and I can add you to the group, okay? So it's a pretty cool group. The group is on Hello Talk. Yes, this group is on Hello Talk, okay? It is a Hello Talk group. And it's a great group of people it's not my group, okay? So I just want you to understand that I did not create these groups. I did not organize them. I'm just participating with these people, with the members of these groups who organized this group. I didn't organize these groups. I didn't start these groups. But I am participating in these groups. So they're a great group of people. They're professional. They're awesome speakers from different countries. They can help you to improve your speaking skills, okay? They can correct your mistakes and they can help you improve your pronunciation and your speaking. So if you want to be added to this group, you just have to send me a private message and I can add you to the group, okay? Anyway, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Again, a quick introduction. My name is Todd. I am streaming live from China. I come from the United States of America, but I'm streaming live from Xi'an, China. Xi'an's an awesome city. It's a very historical city. If you know anything about Chinese history, you have heard of this city. It's beautiful. The people are so friendly here. As the people in all Chinese cities are friendly. So I'm not saying that they're more friendly here than other cities. All the cities I visited in China, the people are very, very friendly. The local people, the tourists, everybody is very, very friendly. And I've visited many, many cities because I've lived in China for 14 years. So I've had the opportunity to visit lots and lots of wonderful, beautiful cities in China. So I'm speaking from experience when I say that the people in all of the cities I've visited have been very, very friendly. And the food is amazing. In Xi'an, the food here is amazing. As If you've been to Xi'an, you know what I'm talking about. The noodles, the different varieties of foods here are amazing. So the people, the food, the climate here, I think is for me, the climate's comfortable. I like the climate. It's dry. It's not too cold, not too hot, and I love the climate here. The south part of China's in the summertime is too humid for me. I don't like humidity. My body doesn't like humidity. I get sick very easily. I get sinus infections. I can't breathe when it's too humid. This humid air really makes me sick. So I don't like humidity. I like Shenzhen and Guangzhou and all the cities in the south. There's wonderful places down there. The people again are great, but I don't like the climate in the south. I'm used to dry air. My hometown in America is very dry, so my body is accustomed to dry air, not humid air. Anyway, with that being said, let's continue on with our live stream, okay? Here we go. If you're raising your hand, please be patient, okay? There's a lot of people raising their hand. I'll try to bring as many people up as possible. Have I been to Shanghai? I've been to Shanghai many, 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 many times. Hi, Candy. How are you?
Hello, thank you so much
Can you
for
hear me
inviting me.
okay?
Yes, I can hear you
Can you hear
clearly.
me?
Yes, what
Okay,
about
great,
you?
great.
Can you hear
I'm
me?
doing Yep, I can hear you just fine. How are
Mm-hmm.
you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. I would say this is my third time to join your opportunity. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Okay, so fantastic. So
Mm.
what time is it in your country right now?
I would say it's like close to 6 p.m. It's like close to midnight, I would say.
Okay. So here it's
Yes.
9:30 p.m.
Yes, of course. So what time is it your region?
Yeah, so 9:30 p.m. So it's nighttime here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
six
I would say we have
six
different time zone.
yeah. So we're like 3 hours ahead of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of
Three and a
course.
half. Yeah. So anyway, that's great. What did you do today? It's Saturday.
Uh, I would say like my only just hobby, and it's also my everyday activities that I really practice my languages because I'm really passionate about languages, like just two languages that I would say, practice, all the time
Uh-huh.
because it's really
Okay.
crucial for me. Like English and Chinese, and also mentioned in the comment sections, a Chinese language, I can write it, and I can also write in English.
Great.
That's
That's
all.
good. That's great. So your passion is languages.
Yeah. But I would say like I don't care about English right now because I just care about my Chinese. I don't know how to
Okay.
improve it.
Okay. So now you're
Yes.
working working on improving your
Hmm.
Chinese.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Great.
Of course. I
That's
would
good.
say it's yeah. I would like to show you a fantastic video. It's I would say 60 seconds. Would you like to hear that? It's
Oh,
like homophoning.
homophoning.
Let me just. Yeah. Homophone, like it's we would say like in English homophone. Like the same meaning. I don't know how to tell
Oh,
you.
homophones.
Yes. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna show you this video. How do you say money in Chinese? 钱 and add 天 lick 天 today 今天 sunny 天气晴 donut 甜甜圈 So how would you say It's sunny today. Make more money and lick all the donuts. In other words, the American dream. 今天天气晴天津舔进甜甜圈. Now donuts I can find, but how do I?
Did you understand? It's like they also like I would say the same meaning in English. For example, before you mentioned that, like when you accept a person, like quite and quite, it's like different meanings, but we will like pronounce it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Chinese is that way
Yeah,
because, they have four tones, and depending on, how you pronounce certain Chinese words,
yes.
they have different meanings based on their
Mm-hmm.
tone.
Yeah, of course, of course. But actually, I don't care. I just practice, like I know it's very, very hard languages, but in my country, I would say even no one wants to learn Chinese language. It's not celebrated
Sure.
language, I would say, in my country.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not an easy language to learn unless you really need to learn it or you have a passion for learning languages. If you don't
Hmm.
live in China,
Yeah,
it's not easy to learn.
yeah. That's why I just downloaded this application to improve my Chinese skills, and I know it's a Chinese app, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a Chinese app, and
That's
I
right.
think you can find lots of Chinese people here who would be,
Hmm.
willing to help you, with your Chinese.
Yeah, of course, of course. I know they're really kind and friendly people in this app. Also, like, yeah.
Sure, yeah, lots of friendly Chinese
So,
people here who would be, I think, more than willing to help you improve your
mhm.
Chinese.
Yeah, understood. I would say like also, I would say I have a group like, I would say like online platform, and I just teach this language, which is called English language, like, to I would say like to kids, not to everyone, because I don't have any good skills to teach English to everybody.
Okay, so that's good.
Like I would say they're from Azerbaijan, they're my country.
Okay, so
They just come from my
you
country.
help them with their English.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as a native speaker, would you like to talk about my English level? Like, what do you want to say about that? Like, I'm in pronunciation.
Sure, yeah. I mean, the short conversation we've had, maybe if I had to rate it between like 1 and 10, I would give it, maybe a 7.
Oh, I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
above. I
And I
think I
also
would say
wanna.
it's above average. So yeah, I mean your
Mhm.
pronunciation,
Yeah,
I can understand everything you've said
yeah.
tonight. So
Hmm.
I would rate it above average.
Hmm. So, what about my accent? Before I wrote accent, like my accent is like Indian. Does it sound like Indian or not?
Not really. No, it doesn't. You don't have a really really strong accent. You have a slight accent, but that's
Hmm.
okay. I never really focus on accent, so I don't worry about it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, to me,
So I don't know.
accent doesn't really matter. You're always going to have an accent. You can't get rid of it totally. You can improve your pronunciation, but you will always have an accent.
Yeah. But in my opinion, accent is not a big deal because if you have
No.
a high level English, you can talk about yourself and you can express your emotions, what you want to say.
Sure. Yeah. If you work on improving your pronunciation and practice speaking as often as possible,
Hmm.
accent, like I said, I never really put a lot of emphasis on accent. It's not a real big issue for most people. So I tell people don't focus on accent. Focus on pronunciation and listening and,
Yeah,
expanding your vocabulary.
yeah.
And to be
So I mean, like,
honest with you, I think accents are kind of cool. I like accents.
yeah. So you mean like different English use different accents when you hear that?
Yeah, different. In America, if you go to America and
Mm-hmm.
Americans hear you speak in English with your native country's accent, they'll think, "Wow,
Yes.
that's cool," and it will spark a
Mm-hmm.
conversation because they'll hear that you have a different accent, and they'll say, "Wow,
Mm-hmm.
which country are you from? Can you tell me about your country?" So
Yes.
people are very, very interested in that, and that all starts because they hear your accent.
Mm-hmm. I would say like I met an American guy and I just practiced that and I would say like could you please find that where I come from, and they just told me like probably you just come from like Turkey or Azerbaijan, and I said that like you're totally right, yeah, because he
Yeah,
just caught my accent, he just caught my
yeah,
accent.
sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's hard sometimes to judge accents, but I never really focus on people's accents.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay,
I don't
it's
really
okay.
worry about it because to me it doesn't make it's not something for people to worry about. The most
Mm-hmm.
important thing again is just being able to communicate your thoughts in a way that people can
Yeah,
understand you.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Mm-hmm.
That's all.
So you
That's
wanna
all.
see my
So
practice? You wanna see my practice in Chinese language? I think I showed that. You wanna see that?
actually, I don't speak Chinese,
Oh
so I
no, no,
can't I
I
can't I
mean
can't really judge your Chinese or I can't really comment on
no.
it because I don't
Mhm.
speak.
No, that's fine. I mean, like, I just like to show you, like, how does it look like,
Oh,
just
okay.
want
Oh,
to
you're
know this.
writing. You're writing.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's not perfect, but it's still
Okay.
perfect, I would say.
Yeah, the Chinese characters are, they're all very artistic, and it's hard, and I
Yes.
know it's not easy to write in Chinese, but I,
Mm-hmm.
I, I'm
Mm-hmm.
envious, or I think it's
Mm-hmm.
great that people who are trying to learn Chinese
Yeah.
can write the character, because I
Mm-hmm.
can't. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they look,
Yeah, but
yeah,
uh-huh.
it looks like from the comments, from Chinese people
Mm-hmm.
who know those characters. It says your writing is good. It looks good.
Yes.
So yeah, so you're getting
Mm-hmm.
some compliments. You're getting some compliments from people in China
Mm-hmm.
who are experienced and very talented
Mm-hmm.
with Chinese characters.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say
So
like I have like I would say good skills to understand like Chinese handwriting. Like for example, when I use my phone, for example, I want to write ni hao, like it's the two words. It just give us like one meaning with two words, ni and hao.
uh-huh.
I just use like n, which is called ni, and another one
Uh-huh.
is hao. I just use it h.
Oh,
And then I really define the words, so I don't need to think about Chinese characters. That's the easy way to understand Chinese people's conversation.
okay.
I just go to
Okay.
yeah.
Good. Yeah. So
Hmm.
whatever methods or ways that you're
Yeah,
using to learn Chinese, that's great.
yeah, of course. And also in this application, like Chinese people are really, I would say, really beneficial, and they're really willing to teach languages to other people because they just know that like Chinese is not a easy language. Like you cannot
Yeah.
learn by yourself. You just need to find Chinese partner on this app.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And I think
Mm-hmm.
a lot of Chinese people are very
Mm-hmm.
willing to help. They're very willing to help you.
Yeah. I would say also I would like to visit one day China. So could you tell me which cities have you been visit in China? Could you wanna tell me?
Wow, that's a lot. I've visited many, many cities in China. I visited, of course, I lived in Beijing for 14 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I visited Shanghai, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Hangzhou, Chengdu, Changsha,
Mm-hmm.
Suzhou, Xi'an, Tianjin, Harbin, Wuhan, you know,
Mm-hmm.
lots of cities in China.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you love to tell me the best cities about like lifestyle? Could you wanna
Wow,
tell
that's
me that?
yeah, I can't. Oh, I visited Haikou. I visited Senya and Xiamen too. I forgot. Those are seaside cities. Senya is kind of like it's a very tropical paradise here in China. It's kind of like the Hawaii of America. It's called Senya.
Yeah. Oh,
I can't really say I have a favorite city in China because every city I visited is amazing.
mm-hmm.
So I can't say that I dislike any city.
Because like I just googled it and I just saw the like three best countries in China, and it's also lifestyle and also good for universities. Like the number one is Beijing, and number
Okay.
two is Shanghai, and number
Okay.
three is Guangzhou.
Okay.
So do
Like
you have a
so those
Mhm,
cities like Beijing, Shanghai are like the two most expensive cities in China too.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
they have, but if you're looking for great universities, of course, Beijing and
Mhm,
Shanghai, they have, yeah, awesome, high class,
mhm.
prestigious universities.
Yeah, yeah, you're totally right. I understood what you're saying.
But Beijing is a nice, beautiful city. I love it. It's very
Yeah.
modern. But the cost of living there is pretty high. I mean, most
Hmm.
in regards to rent, it's to
Yeah.
rent someplace in Beijing is
Hmm.
very, very expensive.
Yeah.
And Shanghai, the same thing.
Hmm. Yeah. So I also, like I would like to share something, but I know you didn't believe that. Like a girl, she's from Azerbaijan. She's also my country. I would say she can just speak Chinese language like B1 level. She just have B1 level. Sometimes, like she's also my friend. She's 13 years old,
Okay.
and like sometimes I ask my Chinese questions. I would say she also helps me to improve my language. Like in Azerbaijan, like it's impossible to find a child who can speak Chinese.
Wow, that's
That's real
amazing.
fantastic.
Yeah, that is.
Like
That's great.
yeah, she's my, I would say, siblings. I don't know how to tell you. Oh my God, my vocabulary is on. She's like my bestie, I would say it.
Okay,
Like
like
she's
your
from
best.
Azerbaijan. Yeah,
Okay, like one of your
yeah,
best
yeah,
friends.
yeah. Let me show you if you don't mind.
Great.
Give me a second.
Fantastic. It's always
大家好，我叫美阳，我是2岁，我会说英语、法语、有点儿俄语。我喜欢学习汉语，也汉语很有意思。我想去中国和爱国很有老师。
Could you believe that she's 13 years old? She speaks Chinese
she
very well. She's
yeah,
13 years
I don't
old.
know because I don't speak Chinese, but
Mhm.
she looks older and is acting older than her age.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, she
Yeah,
doesn't
because
to
she's
me. I'm but I'm
mhm.
but I'm not a very good judge of people's age. So she doesn't look 13. She looks older than 13.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
great. More, yeah,
Uh,
I'm proud of her. I'm very proud of her for
mhm.
being able to learn that
Yeah,
language and speak it. Like she feels very
yeah.
confident. So that's great.
Mhm. Yeah, of course, of course. Like, you can
Fantastic.
just, yeah, 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 yeah. She's real, I would say, just a phenomenal girl. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of her. Like, yeah.
So that's great. That's
And also,
amazing. So
hmm
I'm very inspired by
hmm
people who learn different languages.
hmm yeah. Actually, I just learned Chinese because, as I mentioned, that one day, like, I just have a biggest desire, like, I would say, just to study and live in China. You
Okay,
know?
great. Yeah, well, continue to practice and learn Chinese, and if you can,
Mm-hmm.
make your dream come true of, living in China,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be
Mm-hmm.
awesome. I think that would be awesome because I love China. I've been here many, many years, and
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I've had very few negative experiences here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say you are very, very lucky because we just live in amazing city, amazing
Yeah.
country. Sorry.
Sure, I'm very
Yeah.
lucky. So I'm very happy here, and I love
Mm-hmm.
living in China. And anybody ever asks me, any questions about
Mm-hmm.
China, and I always encourage them to visit China.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah,
understood. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I would like to talk about this one. So, do you know, like, some like, for example, if I compare that, like, Americans, for example, Americans learn Chinese, and Chinese people learn English language. And I meet an American guy, and I would say he's 44 years old. I remember
Uh
his
huh.
age. And
Okay.
I just practiced some Chinese language with him.
Uh huh.
And then like he just frozen when I ask a question, like because like he just learned Chinese like 15 years, 15 years he
Okay.
has been learning Chinese language. And I asked the question, and then like he didn't answer that because like he just used some applications like Duolingo. Do you know Duolingo?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just learned. He just when I asked the question, like he just not because he just used like Duolingo. That's why he didn't answer me. And I would say like, for example, we can compare Chinese people. Like some Chinese people on HelloTalk, like they don't have like good spoken English if I compare
Sure,
it. But for example, I use another application like it's a Chinese app. Like, do you know Red Note? It's also famous.
sure, sure. I know
Yeah,
Red
and
Note.
I have
Yeah.
many Chinese friends. I would say they can speak English better than mine. You know?
Okay. Yeah. In China, you're gonna meet lots of people, Chinese people who are at different levels, and that's I think that goes with
Yeah.
any language you're learning. You're gonna experience that too. So a
Hmm.
lot of people are at different levels. So I don't
Yeah.
usually focus on or tell people don't compare yourself to other people. Just compare to where you were last week, last month, and
Hmm.
last year. Compare yourself to yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
Even I would say even they don't have any Chinese accent. You know? That's really amazing.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. So
Hmm.
I think it's great that people can practice a language.
Hmm.
Like when I was learning a second language, I learned Spanish when I was in college. So I know what people go
Hmm.
through when they're trying to learn a second language because I went through it when I was in college. I took 4 years of Spanish, so it was very difficult for me in the beginning. I struggled. I wanted to give up. I didn't like it.
Hmm.
So it was very challenging for me. So I understand what people talk about when they're trying to learn a second
Yes.
language because I experienced it myself
Hmm.
many years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's
and
so
then,
fun.
and some people have just asked
Hmm.
me a question in the comments, why, since I live in China for so long and I love China so much, why I didn't learn the language? Because it's not necessary for me to learn Chinese. I'm not a big fan of learning languages. So if I don't need to
Hmm.
learn Chinese, if it's not necessary, then I'm not going to do it as a hobby because it's not fun. And
Hmm. I would. Mhm.
My job here in China only revolves around me speaking English. People don't want to hear me speak Chinese, and it's not necessary for me to speak Chinese. So I never
Hmm.
took Chinese classes, and it's not necessary for me to speak Chinese here.
Yeah, I would say you don't need to learn Chinese language in China because when they understand you in English language, so it's okay. Like you don't need to think about learning English language, you
Sure,
know?
sure. If I was a language
Hmm.
lover, if I loved to learn different languages, I would, but I don't love learning languages because it's not fun. And
Hmm.
so if it's not fun, I'm not going to do something that I don't enjoy.
Hmm.
When I have free time, I like to drink coffee or hang out with my
Hmm.
friends or watch sports or do something fun. And learning Chinese is not something that's fun for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would
But
say when I was a child.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
okay,
if
continue.
my boss came to me and said, "Todd, we need you to learn Chinese for your job," I would do it. I would say, "Okay, I'll learn Chinese. Don't worry. I'll sign up for classes
Hmm.
tomorrow." But my boss over 14 years, they've never ever required or asked me to learn Chinese.
Yeah,
Anyway, that's
I
just
would say.
that's me.
I would say like when I was a child, my parents like they just heard that you should learn Russian language, you should pay attention to learn Russian language, and I said no, I don't want to learn that, and they just told me that you should learn like they just tell me like kind of hurting me like every day like for example they didn't allow me to watch a telephone like I would say computer like they just tell me that you should learn and then I just learned Russian because of my parents. If my
Great.
parents they didn't pay attention to me, I wouldn't learn this language. You know, I would
Sure, I
say
understand.
I should be thankful to my parents.
Great. Yeah, you should be. Yeah, you should thank your parents because
Hmm. Hmm.
I admire people who like learning and
Hmm.
who have the talent for learning a
Hmm.
second language or a third language or a fourth language. That's great. Some people have
Hmm.
this talent and like it or love it, and it's their passion. It's not my passion.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. By the way, you take an English course like online or not?
Do I teach online?
Yeah.
I don't teach English. I'm not a teacher, so I'm not an English teacher. I do English
That,
tutoring. I do English tutoring, some English tutoring online. But all of my students that I tutor online, they can speak English.
mhm,
So I just help them improve their pronunciation, their listening, expand their
mhm,
vocabulary. So I don't teach grammar because I can't teach grammar because I'm not a teacher.
mhm.
And I don't pretend to be
So
I don't pretend to be a
yeah.
teacher. So I tell
Mhm,
people I'm very honest. I'm not a teacher. So if you want to learn English from level 0, I can't help you.
yeah, I have a different question for you. Can you pass the English exam when you take, for example, IELTS, Duolingo? Is it easy for native speakers or hard?
I can't really comment on that because I've never taken the IELTS or TOEFL or any of those,
Mm-hmm.
GRE, any of those English proficiency tests or exams. I've never
Mm-hmm.
taken them. So could I pass them? I probably could. Would I get a high
Mm-hmm.
score?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like even like native speakers cannot say anything because I watched a YouTube video like a guy just asked to another guy like what's the past tense of go, and he just responded like went, and it's actually wrong, I would say. You know, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah. To be honest with you, a lot of Americans, I can't
yeah.
speak for other people from different countries. A lot of Americans
Yeah.
can speak
Mm-hmm.
of course, fluent English, but maybe our grammar isn't
Mm-hmm.
so great. But we can still speak fluent English and we can still carry a fluent
Mm-hmm.
conversation. But if you ask us a grammar question, we can speak proper grammar, we can use proper
Mm-hmm.
grammar, but can we
Mm-hmm.
explain to you how to use proper grammar? I
Mm-hmm.
can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say like I just learned English with WWS spoken English, and I would say it's a totally different than normal casual conversation because like for example, let me give you an example. For example, I would like to talk about like some WWE wrestlers that do you know John Cena? He's a most popular wrestler and also actor in the world.
Who is it?
John Cena.
Oh, John Cena. Yeah, I know John.
Yes.
I've heard of
Uh,
John Cena. Yeah, yeah, I know.
yeah.
He can also
Mhm.
speak Chinese.
Yeah, he can speak Chinese very well. Like I would say, like sometimes he uses a different tenses form in English language. For example, we could say like he's taken out his father. Before I also mentioned that I don't know did you see it or not. For example, he's taken out his father and he takes out his father. For example, can I use it the first one as a present continuous tense or not?
I don't know. I'm not a teacher.
But then.
Like I said, I'm not a grammar teacher. So I would ask you to ask a grammar
Mhm,
teacher or a qualified English teacher a question. Like I said before, I can't teach you
mhm,
grammar. I can't answer your grammar
mhm.
questions.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would say it's okay. I understand you, but sometimes like it's a really, really cringe show. Like when I understand, like they just made a lot of mistakes. You know, that sounds horrible.
Sure. Yeah, we all make mistakes. I make a lot of grammar mistakes. Maybe it doesn't sound so great, but people can understand me. Actors and actresses in movies and TV shows make a lot of grammar mistakes. That's just how we are in America. We just speak English with making mistakes, but people can understand us. So it doesn't have to be, yeah, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be perfect. Like Jim said, language isn't for perfection. It's for communicating, for people to understand you. Do I make a lot of grammar mistakes? I
Hmm.
do. But people can
Yeah,
understand me. That's all that
for
matters.
sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah, I totally agree with you. But
Yeah.
sometimes we shouldn't care about grammar a lot because
You should care about grammar if you're going to take an exam. If you're going to take a TOEFL, an IELTS, or a university, proficiency exam, if you're going to take an English exam, you should focus and learn proper grammar.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I totally agree with you.
Right. That
So
is grammar is important.
mhm. Yeah, I have a interesting question for you. Maybe you can answer this question. How to stop holding yourself back? Did you
How to
understand the meaning?
how to stop holding yourself back? You mean,
Yeah.
I guess, try to, improve your confidence. Try to become more confident.
Yes,
Try not
yes,
to,
yes, yes.
yeah, try not to, try to step outside of your comfort zone. Do something that you feel is uncomfortable. Step out of your comfort zone or overcome some of your fears. This could help you with being more confident. It's
Yeah,
scary.
for
It's
sure.
very scary in the beginning. I
Yeah.
understand.
Mhm. But I would like to tell you that like some people like struggle with self-imposed limitations, that I would
Sure.
say that prevent them from achieving their full potential.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, they do.
uh, overcoming like these mental barriers are essential for personal growth and success. For example, to stop holding yourself back, like you should identify your fears, like set achievable goals and build confidence because that's really important. Like when you
Sure.
focus on your strengths and when you focus on your skills, I would say build confidence. Like you can feel amazing because like by taking these steps you can easily stop holding yourself back and move toward a more fulfilling future. That's why.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Hmm.
Yeah, you need to step
Hmm.
outside of your comfort zone. You need to overcome any, personal fears that you have.
Hmm.
Don't, a lot of people are,
Hmm.
self-conscious because they're worried about what other people
Hmm.
are going to think about them or say about them. They're
Hmm.
worried other
Hmm.
people are going to judge them.
Hmm.
And so
So. Mhm.
you can't worry. You just need, don't worry about what other people think. And it's easier said than done. I know it's not simple. It's not as simple as it sounds, but you just need to try to ignore what other people are judging you unless they're your teacher. But if they're your friends
Yeah.
or your colleagues or strangers, don't
Hmm.
worry about what they say. Just do what you want
Yeah.
to do and be confident.
Yeah, I would say like being teacher is also very hard. That I really stand up this job. I really love my job. Like it's also my age. Like you can just imagine that like 18 years guy. Why that guy like pay attention to learn English and teaching this English language because of I would say I have no hobbies like no friends. I would say forget of all my problems and just pay attention to my job. I would say.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Just
Hmm.
focus on your goals.
Hmm. Yeah,
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 focus on your goals. Yeah, focus on your goals. Don't worry about what other people think or who,
hmm.
because a lot of people, maybe a
Hmm.
lot of people are self-conscious. They think other people are
Yeah,
judging them or looking at them, but most people,
hmm.
probably aren't.
Yeah. Most people they are just jealous of your skills. They don't wanna allow
Maybe.
to
It's
move away from the next part.
Yeah, it's possible they're
You know.
jealous. So it's hard to judge people. So I just say don't worry about what other people think. Just do what you want to do, push forward, be persistent, and
Hmm.
don't give up.
Yeah, for sure. I totally understand you. Like the only solution just disregarding people in your life.
Yeah, sure. Great.
Hmm.
Any other questions for me tonight?
I would like to ask this question if you don't mind.
Okay.
Also, like this application,
One more question.
that's the last question. I hope you
Okay.
will not feel angry. Like I would say, I also publish my moments on Hello Talk, which are
Okay.
really important for people. So maybe
Great.
you can just give me a support by following. That's if it's a big deal for you, no problem. If it's not, no
Sure.
problem as well. I will just respect your opinion.
So you mean just your Hello Talk account?
Yes, if it's not a big problem for you.
Let me see. I think.
I mean, say I'm just new here, but I will continue to do it because I
Okay.
really believe in my confidence.
Okay. Yeah. I think I
Hmm.
followed you.
Yeah, it's okay. So, what do you think about my English? So, it's okay to
There. Yeah,
understand.
I followed you. Sure. Yeah. Well,
Mm.
but I don't have time to check people's moments, so I followed you.
It's okay, not to.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
have a pretty busy, pretty tight schedule.
mhm. Yeah,
What was
yeah.
your question?
By the way, your moment, I would say you mentioned that your moment and like it's advanced level vocabulary or not? Your moments. You mentioned your mom
I
as
don't post advanced vocabulary because we don't use advanced vocabulary in our daily life. At least I
well.
don't. So I post vocabulary words that we maybe are common that we use in everyday conversations. So
Ah, okay.
I don't post advanced vocabulary because
Okay,
I don't think
mhm.
it's useful.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand. I just want to say like thank you so much for having me today. Yeah, and
Sure.
just want to say good luck in your life. Next
Thank
time
you.
if you have time, yeah. Have a great day. Bye bye.
All right. Thanks so much. Bye bye. Okay, thanks for coming up on stage, Candy. Happy Saturday to you. Thanks for that awesome conversation. Again, just so people can understand, I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying. Grammar, okay, I don't want people to think that grammar is not important, okay? Grammar is extremely important if you're learning English from the beginning. Okay? So that's why you need an English teacher to teach you the proper way to use grammar. So I don't want people to think, oh, I don't need to learn grammar. Well, grammar is important if you're at level 0 and you're just beginning to learn English. You need to learn basic grammar. Of course, it's common sense. You should learn grammar. Also, if you are preparing to take a IELTS test, a TOEFL test, or here in China, they have a CET4, CET6 exam in university at their university level. Grammar is important, okay? It's important. It's the basic stepping stones of English. You need to learn grammar. So I don't want you to think that I'm disregarding grammar as useless. It's not. What I'm trying to say is if you have a basic knowledge of grammar, like present tense, future tense, past tense, if you have a basic knowledge of grammar, don't waste your time on learning all of the grammar rules because there's many grammar rules, and they're very, very frustrating to learn. So don't waste your time. If you're trying to improve your speaking, if you're trying to improve your vocabulary, your listening, and you just want to be a better communicator, don't waste your time on grammar. Focus on listening. Listening is number one. You need to be a good listener because if you don't understand what I'm saying, we can't have a conversation because you don't understand my questions, you don't understand what I'm talking about. So listening is number one. Number two, practice your speaking, okay? Practice pronunciation, and you have to open your mouth and talk. If you're afraid to talk, if you're afraid to speak to people, you're going to have a difficult time because English means speaking, so you have to speak. So if you have this fear of speaking, then you somehow, some way, you need to figure out a way to overcome that fear. And how to do that, you just have to push yourself. You just have to push yourself. Just like you have a fear of heights or you have a fear of something in life. Maybe you have a fear of public speaking, which I used to have a fear of public speaking. When I was in college, I was so shy and I was not a good public speaker, but I took a class in college called public speaking, and it totally changed my life because I went from being introverted to being an extrovert. So it totally changed my life when I took this public speaking class in college. It transformed my life. So anyway, it forced me to venture outside of my comfort zone. And believe me, I was scared to death to speak in public in these classes, but it changed my life. So it took me from being a shy kid to being an outgoing social person. So anyway, That's just me. So anyway, thank you so much for joining our live stream tonight, everybody. I will continue to bring some folks up on stage. If you're raising your hand, excuse me, please try to be patient. So I'm looking at the list of people raising their hand, and I'm going from the top down, okay? I'm not like just randomly choosing people. A lot of people say, how come you don't invite me on the stage? I just go from the top down. So I don't have any kind of system, and I don't have a time limit. So anyway, welcome to my live stream, everybody. Just a quick introduction. My name is Todd, and I am live streaming from China. I've lived in China now for 14 years. I come from the United States of America, from the state of Iowa. I grew up in Iowa. I'm a farmer. I'm a farm kid. So my parents are farmers, my grandparents are farmers, great-grandparents. It goes back many, many, many years in Iowa of being a farmer. So I grew up on a farm. I'm a farm kid. Anyway, now I'm living in China. And why do I live in China? Because my job is here. So I work here, and I love living here. Don't get me wrong. I do love America as well. I don't hate America. I just feel like I need to be here now. This is where I belong. So I go back to America once a year to visit my family and my friends. I love America. I love China. Actually, all the countries I've visited, I love. I don't really have anything negative to say about any country I've ever visited. So I don't dislike any country around the world. I have no reason to dislike any other country. So that's just my opinion. Anyway, let's continue on with our live stream. If you're raising your hand, please be patient. Here we go. It is Saturday night here in China, 10:08 p.m. here in China. Saturday night. So tomorrow I have a busy day on Sunday here. I will be doing some one-to-one English tutoring classes with some of my adult students. And in the afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, I will be organized and hosting an English corner here in Xi'an. So if you live in Xi'an or you happen to be visiting Xi'an in the future, just send me a message and I can share some of the details about my English corner here in Xi'an. Anyway, my job, some say, that's what do I do for a living? I work in human resources. So I work for an education company here in China. It's a huge education company. I'm not going to say the name of it, but I work for a huge education company here in China. I'm not a teacher, so I don't teach at this company. I work in human resources. I'm involved in training and lots of other human resources stuff. So anyway, if you are on Hello Talk, if you're on Hello Talk a lot, you know that I've been here a long time. I've been on Hello Talk for about 10 years now. I've been doing live streams for 3 years. So I do a live stream almost every night, not every night, but my live stream schedule fluctuates a lot because of my job. Okay, my job is the most important. My live streams are like my hobby. So if I have time, I do a live stream. If I don't have time because I'm busy, I don't do a live stream. So that's, people ask, how come you don't have a more structured live stream schedule? It's because of it. My live stream schedule is based on my job, my work. Do you do English Corner in Xi'an? Kathy, yes, I do. I do organize and host English Corners in Xi'an. Yes, I do. I do host English Corners in Xi'an, and I organize English Corners in Xi'an. So if you are living in Xi'an, you can send me a private message, okay? I won't give you the details of my English corner in my live stream because it's not really useful. If you live in Xi'an, you can send me a private message and I can share the details with you. So anyway, also here on Hello Talk, if you would like to join a Hello Talk English group, I'm involved in an awesome English group now here on Hello Talk, and this group is amazing. So every day we will post some article in this group, and you can practice your speaking skills in this group, okay? It's a Hello Talk group, and it's a Hello Talk English group. If you want to join this group, just simply send me a private message, okay? And I will add you to the group, okay? Just send me a private message and I will add you to the group. No English corners in Beijing anymore. No, I don't host English corners in Beijing because I don't live there. But anyway, if you want to be added to a Hello Talk English practice group, I guess it's a English, so you can help master your English. We will post some articles in this group every day, and you can practice your speaking in this group, and you will get some professional feedback. Okay, where is this group? This group is here on Hello Talk. It's a Hello Talk group. When I come back to Beijing, Kathy, I don't have any plans to go back to Beijing anytime soon. Maybe this summer sometime, maybe I'll go back to Beijing, but I don't have any plans right now to go back to Beijing. So I do miss Beijing. I lived there for 14 years. I love that city. I have so many wonderful friends there. I miss Beijing, believe me. It wasn't an easy decision for me to move to Xi'an, but I'm happy here. I like it here. I love it here. I'm very comfortable. So I miss Beijing, but I'm happy here too. So it's a delicate balance. Anyway, again, as I had said before, if you want to be added to a Hello Talk group, if you want to be added to a Hello Talk English group, you just need to send me a private message and I can add you to the group, okay? I'm not going to post the QR code or anything here in the live stream. Just send me a private message and I will add you to the group, okay? And I will add you to the group later because now I'm busy. Why did you choose city of Xi'an to live? Because my job, Amy, my job is here. My new job was in Xi'an. So I follow, my life follows my work. So my work brought me to Xi'an. So is there a Chinese painting behind me? Yes, there is. There is a Chinese painting behind me. So anyway, I used to work in Beijing, but yeah, I left Beijing. I moved to Xi'an now. So yeah, the climate is very similar to Beijing. You're right. So I like Xi'an more than Beijing. Great. I like Xi'an and Beijing. They're, I love all the cities in China. So I can't really say I dislike any city I've ever been in. You have a background noisy. I do. These people have a hard time hearing me. Do you hear some background noise or something? I don't know what background noise you'd be hearing. Microphone, my clothes. Okay. Yeah, I can't really change that because, and my microphone maybe hits my hoodie. Maybe my microphone hits my hoodie, but that's okay. Which Chinese food do I like best? I like all Chinese food. I like all Chinese food, I guess I should say. I can't say I dislike any Chinese food. I like all different kinds of Chinese food. I guess if you're gonna push me to choose one, yeah, roast duck. George knows. People who know me, who've been joining my live stream, who've been, in my Hello Talk live stream for years, like George has, they know my favorite Chinese food is roast duck. Roast duck. I like hot pot. I like dumplings. I like noodles. I like all different kinds of Chinese food. I eat Chinese food every day. So I love Chinese food. I love food. So I love food. So anyway, I'm not a good cook, but I like Chinese food. Can I speak Chinese? I cannot speak Chinese. No, I don't speak Chinese. I can only speak English now. When I graduated college, like 100 years ago, I could speak Spanish. I could speak Spanish, but after I graduated from college, I never used Spanish again. So I pretty much forgot most of my Spanish. So there is a Beijing duck, people telling that it's delicious. It is super fantastic delicious. Yeah, it is very delicious. So, yes. Anyway, I've visited many cities in China and had the opportunity, I'm very lucky, I've had the opportunity to try many, many different Chinese cuisines. So I've been very lucky. Okay, let's continue on with our live stream. Thank you so much for joining me. Why do you choose to work in China? My boss, originally, 14 years ago, my boss asked me to move to China, to Beijing. So I did. How long have I lived in China, Cloud? 14 years. 14 years I've lived in China. And originally, when I moved here back in 2011, when I moved here originally in